The Nvidia leak has to be the greatest leak in the history of video games. I don't think there will ever be another leak, at least anytime soon, that topped all the information that the Nvidia leak gave us. Originally, there were 2 games missing, Final Fantasy IX Remake and Final Fantasy Tactics, and now it's just one, as recently we did get an announcement for Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered. And aside from just this leak, it's also appeared in Epic's database, having pre-order bonuses like Tetramaster Starter Pack and Thieves' Knives, as well as a cuisine set. Listen guys, there's a lot of hoaxes on the internet, but a video game that is not real does not leak in 2 entirely separate database leaks. That just does not happen. So there is no question on whether FF9 Remake is out there, but the big mystery is when and where Square Enix is going to reveal it. So if you love Final Fantasy IX, go ahead and smack that subscribe button for me, because I'm going to bring you every single thing that happens with this remake the moment that it happens, or at the very least the moment that I'm capable of making it happen. I'm currently going through a bout of insomnia and I have not slept in 3 days. Suppose it Night Sky Princes when they're forced to deal with insomnia. So make sure to leave me a comment below telling me your home remedies for curing this problem. So first we got a couple of updates from the official Final Fantasy Twitter page, them posting this brand new beautiful artwork from Toshiyuki Itahana, the main character designer of Final Fantasy IX, as the main cast looks upon the Leafa tree, said to be drawn to commemorate 25 years of Final Fantasy IX. Guys, this is a beautiful artwork. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. If this part right here with Vivi and Steiner doesn't tug at your heartstrings, then you are an absolute soulless ghoul. There's also this artwork here that depicts Kuja at the Leafa tree as well. And while I don't know, or I don't think that these are meant to necessarily be, you know, them leaking their concept art for a remake, whenever I do look at these artworks, I really can't help but think how remake coded that they are. Just looking at the artworks makes me feel an updated visual aesthetic has been considered, not one drastically different from the original FF9 of course. And with this being the character designer of FF9, it certainly does feel authentic to it, but you guys know what I mean. It just feels made with a remake in mind. Maybe I'm completely tripping, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's exactly how it feels. Now there's also a brand new mobile collaboration with a game called Imberstoria. Yeah, I've never heard of it either. In this collaboration, we get an updated character model for both Zidane and Vivi, and they look amazing in this game's art style. So you can also hear a voice clip from both Zidane and Vivi.
誰かを助けるのに理由がいるかい?
Zidane's voice shouldn't be too surprising here, as it should be the same Seiyu that did Dissidia. Vivi's voice sounds like the one that we heard in World of Final Fantasy,
僕頑張るよ!
at least when playing with Japanese voices. Then there is a gorgeous brand new calendar artwork, and this comes from artist Yuya Ishita. Now, I wasn't too familiar with this name and I had to look it up, but they're actually best known for their work on the Metal Gear series, serving as a concept artist for Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, Ground Zeroes, and The Phantom Pain. Now, one thing that you will notice is the Moogle next to Monday, July 7th. Now, as of the recording of this video, it is July 3rd. A lot of people believe that on Monday, July 7th, Final Fantasy IX Remake will be announced, and the reason specifically being because Final Fantasy IX's Japanese release date was July 7th. And this would officially mark us crossing over into the 25th anniversary of the game. So a lot of fans have made up their mind that magically Square Enix is going to reveal the game on the 7th. If you're already watching on the 7th, then you probably already know that this isn't going to happen. Unless it does happen, in which I totally called it the entire time. But listen bruh, this is why I think it's not gonna happen. For a game of this magnitude, you don't want to just shadow drop an announcement. You want it to be big. You want everyone to know. You especially want people who don't play Final Fantasy games, but heard that Final Fantasy IX is one of the greatest games of all time to hear about this. As such, you don't want to just drop this in such a way that only us Final Fantasy people are going crazy about it in a circle. You want it to spread to outside of the people that normally consume Final Fantasy. As such, I don't believe this is going gonna happen on July 7th with any type of shadow drop. I believe this is going to happen at a big event, something like a Tokyo Game Show or something like the Game Awards. And if I had to take a bet on which one, I would definitely, much more so, say the Game Awards as opposed to Tokyo Game Show, as there are just many more viewers and eyes present. So we don't have too much reliable information, as bear in mind, all of this comes from leaks and rumors, and this one is coming from indeed a dubious source. That being said, I'm still going to cite it because their information has been correct more often than not. Good old Ryan from the Bronx, aka Midori. Now this leak is from last year, but essentially he said the developer for FF9R was originally Zine. The project moved in-house at Square Enix earlier this year for graphical refinement purposes, and the title looks similar to Memoria project. Development is complete. The internal delay is not due to a Switch 2 version. For those not familiar with Final Fantasy IX Memoria project, it's a fan-made, non-playable remake demo that reimagined the opening portion of Final Fantasy IX with modern graphical fidelity. Understand that the term fan-made is being used loosely here, as there were definitely some industry professionals that worked on this. And let's just be real here for a moment, guys. If this game came out and it did not look as good as the Memoria project, people would be absolutely livid. People would be comparing this game to Memoria project and saying, hey, Square Enix can't even do what the fans did. So if the rumors are true, I'm glad they were able to achieve that level of quality. However, at the same time, if development on this game is complete, you have to wonder, where is it? From what we can see on the outside, it doesn't look like there's anything inhibiting Final Fantasy IX Remake from being announced. In fact, from a fan POV, announcing Final Fantasy IX Remake seems like a good idea. Everyone is wondering, what is the next big Final Fantasy announcement, and this looks to be it. Maybe. But not only that, you get the feeling that they meant to announce Final Fantasy IX Remake for the sake of this anniversary. It definitely feels like it's supposed to be out there, and we're seeing some artworks from it, and we're seeing some merchandise that was meant for that remake just rolling out anyway because it has not made the deadline for the 25th anniversary. This then makes me think that the statement, the development is complete, may not be entirely accurate, or was accurate at the time, but no longer is. Or it depends on how you read it. It says that development is complete, but earlier this year they started graphical refinement processes. And so maybe, just maybe, it means that they are still refining the graphics on the game. And that even though development is complete, they're making this game look even better than it did before. Look, I know I am overanalyzing a piece of information that is just a rumor, but considering that there is probably some legitimacy to it and how it can explain why this is taking so long, but truthfully, we just don't know. But what I do know is that you can save a ton of money on games by using our channel sponsor Instant Gaming, delivering you Steam codes at a discounted price for games that you were going to buy anyways. So why not save a little money? And every month they allow us to give away a free game of your choice. All you have to do is smack the orange participate button and you are entered to win. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts on Final Fantasy IX Remake and when you expect to see it. If you expect to see it at all, that is. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, guys.